It's interesting. I love the fact that you and I both got in the business in 1994.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
That just means we're both old.
Right, exactly. Hey, Tim. Good to see you again.
Yeah, I could see you, John.
Yeah. So as far as Santa Barbara goes, what's your favorite thing to do? I know you're doing a lot of activities around the business, but what's your favorite thing to do with
outdoor
your family?
sports, in the water, I surf.
Okay.
I don't mountain bike as much. My kid mountain bikes a lot. But just being outside in the community, a lot of community events, a lot of fun. My dad's still alive and he lives there, so I visit with him quite a bit. I have a sister and her husband, Santos, that lives there, in Santa Barbara still. So I still have family there, lots of friends. I'm a 7th generation Santa Barbaran.
Oh, wow.
So we have my great-great-great-grandparents were married in the Santa Barbara Mission in 1836. So it's a long time.
So you're the first mortgage family and the last mortgage family?
I don't know about. I hope so. Maybe. Oh, you know what? It's so funny. Yeah, my great-great-grandfather, Benjamin Foxon from Foxon Winery. He had a schooner captain from England, and he traded furs. So I guess trading mortgages, trading furs, something like that.
Right into Santa Barbara.
There you go. Yeah, in Santa Barbara.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What an interesting story. You and I have both seen so many things change in our industry. And welcome to Arbor, by the way. Love having you here. I'm glad we've got to meet and become friends. One of the things I wanted to ask you, just because you do so well and you continue to do well, and getting back to my point of changes, we've seen the industry change so much with technology and everything else, and economic changes. What have you been doing to contribute to your success? Have you changed and pivoted with your technology?
I think so. I mean, hiring the right people to support me makes a big difference. I think getting an old guy like me to sort of learn it all, it's great to have people that understand it. Yeah. If my 13-year-old could work for me, he would do it. I would do it, for sure. But no, I think the main focus over the whole change is always stay in touch with your referral sources. They're number one source, your past clients. And as long as you do that and you do a good job for them, the business seems to come in. You still got to, let them know where you are, make sure it's easy for them to get a hold of you. But, I keep in touch through, all different sources of media and of course, just, email, texts, reach out on the phone, meet face to face with my referral sources. It's good to see them and help them out as well.
Yeah, that's great. So, you were out there, it's a belly-to-belly business.
Sure.
That hasn't changed. But reaching out and making those connections, and I think that's obviously the most important thing is, are you doing that in any different capacity other than picking up the phone and doing things the way we've always done it in this industry? Or have you changed a little bit with technology and the way you're doing it?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, what did we have, pagers when we started out? Something like that? Yeah. So, it's changed.
Pay phones.
Yeah, exactly. God, I used to have that phone that looked like a suitcase. I think that was the first one I ever had. But I would say, yes, we're definitely more involved in going to functions. I do participate in a lot of nonprofits and stuff like that too. So I'm out in the community. I'm not hidden away. And Santa Barbara too is a small town.
Yeah.
So, you get out, you meet with people, you run into people, everybody knows sort of what you do. I coach the sports teams and I sponsor, the basketball league, the flag football team. So those kind of things. So just you're out there. I got a big family as well. So just stay in touch with the community as well as your past clients. And I think, I guess with the past clients, it's usually it's an email that goes out, but they get just an updated with rates, stuff like that. But also holiday stuff. I always send out something sort of funky to all them. And we have sort of different types of holidays in Santa Barbara. We have the Solstice Parade. We have Fiesta, which is Old Spanish Days, which I was the El Presidente in 2008. So it's a pretty big deal. But I always sort of tie in some of my advertising and everything else to the different local holidays, as well as Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, all that kind of stuff. So it's good. I do this. I have characters of me doing like 20 of them, doing all these type of events that work with all the holidays and everything else. So it's just something unique that no one else does. That it's not necessarily, hey, go to Tim, go get a loan. It's more, oh, that's right. It reminds me what Tim does. Let me reach out to him. So just keep my face in front of them is what I try to do.
That's amazing, because I hear it so often from loan officers at all levels of the spectrum as far as production. And it's interesting, when we've been in the business a long time, you are seeing a lot of people constantly reinventing themselves and trying to find, more ground.
Sure.
And you're in a small, well, it's not a small town, but population-wise, it's a lot smaller in LA and Orange County and everything else. But you're doing more activities. You're staying top of mind. You're in touch with people. They know who you are. They know what you do. And I just can't emphasize more, and it's refreshing hearing you talk about it, how important it is to be out there and let people know, who you are, what you're doing, that you are still doing what you've always been doing, and you're part of that community. The neat thing about your business is you have other partners, and it's all primarily Santa Barbara based, but you guys are spreading out. You joined Arbor, you joined us, and you came from the independent mortgage banking channel.
Yeah.
And you've been doing that for a long time.
I was at the same place for 20 years. I just got bought and sold 4 different times. So phone number stayed the same. And so finally I was like, I'd like to do my own thing. We always brokered a bit, but never, worked for a broker. And so that was quite the jump. I'm a very, very loyal guy. And it took 3 other guys and myself to come together going, hey, we need to look at this. And it took us 9 months. We met with, you and Dave and Ryan, and we realized right when we walked in the door, Arbor was the place to be. I mean, we had 10 places we talked to. We went down to 3 of them, met face to face. We walked in the door. Before I even met you, I just knew this was the place for us. And the best thing about it too was you allowed us to do a DBA. So Lumi Funding Group is the name of our company. Mm-hmm. And it's all about, for me, in the mortgage business, was being able to offer all the programs, be competitive in price, but also it's not about, how much money you make. It's about how much money you take home. And when you work for yourself, it makes a big difference. It's been since September, so almost a year now, and we love it. We haven't even seen a market that has changed for the last 3 years. The market's still down, but when it does change, I'm doing well now. But I can't even imagine what it's going to be like. And is it 6 months, or is it a year or a year and a half? It's going to change.
Right.
But I'm in the right place when it does.
Oh, that's great to know. What do you think made your final decision? I mean, you mentioned that when you met with us.
Yeah.
But I would like to know, just for future references and other people that were working.
Yeah, I think your personalities, meeting with all of you. I think, Dave is a little like me, sort of like, I don't think he's filled out an application or ran a credit report in years. And that's me, so I think that part of it. But I think with Ryan, with the technology, mm-hmm. with you, with recruiting and everything else that you do, I think it just was a match for us. And, my partners, well, if they were here now, they would be telling you the same thing too. It's been a great experience. I think, when you change for, 20, since 94, so over 30 years in mortgage banking, and go to straight a broker shop. But, Arbor's not just a broker shop. We have almost 40 correspondent programs, do close to $5 billion a year, a big player and well recognized in the industry, and that's a plus.
Yeah, well, I take that as a compliment, and thank you. We love having you here. I think that everybody we've hired and added just adds more value. We all learn from it. I think it enriches all of our lives. Love getting to know you and become a friend with you and your partners. And as far as your adjustment from the independent mortgage banking channel, I mean, that's a jump. And at your age, I mean, you're doing a lot of volume.
What are you saying, I'm old?
No, I'm saying you're young like me, and that you had to make that adjustment. Yeah. But that's a big decision for you. I can get why that would be a difficult one. Everything's working.
Well, everything's working. And by the way, the places I've worked for with great relationships, and I'm still in touch with a lot of them as well. But that's probably what's the saddest part about leaving the mortgage banking side, was these relationships I had for many, many years.
Yeah.
But I had to look out for myself and my family, and it was great doing it with friends, so there was 4 partners now, and so I didn't have to do it by myself, which made it quite a bit easier. But I don't look back. It's been great, and moving forward, yes, I get called all the time, but no, I'm very happy.
Well, other than having the support group there with your partners, how's the transition coming back into the broker world? And you're right, we're more than just a broker. I mean, we're an independent. Not an independent mortgage banking company, but we are an NDC, delegated broker. There's some similarities, but there's a lot of differences, and I know that.
Well, I was surprised how the technology that you guys have at Arbor, we have at Arbor, compared to where I was with the mortgage banking world. One of the bigger, largest, independent mortgage bankers in the country. It surpasses it in some ways. And it's just as good. So I didn't lose anything. And you would have thought that going to a broker you would. And there's some that say, in this interview process, when we were deciding on where to go, some say, oh, you know what, everybody likes to do their own thing, so we don't do any of that for you. You go ahead and just do it yourself, and we'll try to pay you more money and all that stuff. Yeah, it wasn't that way with Arbor. You provide, first of all, the discount that we pay for it is almost nothing, and it's great. It's incredible service that you provide, from the marketing side of it to everything that you have to offer from the product standpoint as well. So I didn't lose anything by coming over to Arbor versus working for one of the largest independent mortgage bankers in the country.
Wow, that's saying a lot. Yeah. And it's amazing because you hit the ground running. I mean, I see a lot of people transition, and there's a hitch in the step.
Sure,
they're learning new technologies. They're getting more familiar with pricing loans a little differently, and there's a little bit of a stutter.
Yeah,
but with you, it just seemed like you just adapted.
I did. I mean, it's always there behind the scenes, but it's everything that was possible, where if there was any questions or help, Arbor was there for me. So, and there was someone to call and somebody to walk me through it. So that part of it, even being, in the business so long for me, made it quite a bit easier. And then, my partners and all of us together, we shared our successes with each other. And as we hire people to join Lumi, we'll do the same. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like to begin with, we were just looking to get our production going, learn the system, let everybody know where we are. And now we're to a point where we're hiring people and we're selling it, and it's working out pretty well for us.
Oh, man, that's great. Yeah. I love hearing it. Well, I really appreciate having you on board, man.
I'm enjoying it. Thank you so much.
You bet.